Come on. With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Yeah.
Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on, guys? No, this is not a Todd technical analysis, but actually an early live show. Welcome back to Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We're here early. Lloyd, you killed it. You should go to the casino. I did get off early today, and I chose to spend my time coming in here and going live for you guys. So we are seeing some new faces, some people who have been part of the community for a long time, but due to where they live are not a part of a lot of the live shows. So I'm glad to see you guys in here. Make sure to get those questions in. Welcome to the live chat box, which you may not have had a chance to participate before. And we're going to give away some ZEN live. This is going to be from the live show last night. So if you haven't already had a chance, make sure to get in that description or in that comment section from last night. Leave your ZEN address real quick to be entered. And also, guys, smash that like, share, and subscribe button for tonight. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below with your ZEN address again, as we're going to be giving away another ZEN for today's live show. So that is good news. I know Todd doesn't have too much going on in the charts over there, do you?
Not too much. Pre-holiday, nothing.
Yeah, been pretty flat pre-holiday. If you are not from the United States, tomorrow is the 4th of July, so we may or may not do a live show, so that's a big holiday here. I'm sure that will affect the trading volume on cryptos even further. We're going to talk about some bullish tweets from Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase. Talk about some Neo news that is coming out. ETC just continues to get integrated into more things. And yes, Typerium, the ICO we have discussed here in the past, is now available, regulatory and SEC compliant, to be available for USA citizens. So you can get on the website, do your own research, and they are doing a bonus flash sale for US citizens. So you get a chance to buy it at the round one price. Plus more. We'll see what pops up in the chat box. We'll see what charts we want to look at. It's good to be here early, good to be out of work, and good to see you guys in here. So without further ado, unless Todd has to add something, we're going to jump right into this.
Are we blurry? Because I noticed it, and then Carrie's saying we're a little blurry. So I don't know whether nothing's changed here. So
yeah, it looks like we're pretty good here. No drop frames.
I look bad on YouTube over here. I checked. So
if we do look blurry, make sure to click on that little settings button in the bottom right and try to make it 720 or 1080p. Let us know if that works.
We got Javi in here, Elizabeth, Nate, Clint.
We have Para
Craig
in
Nickham.
here.
What's going on, guys?
Para says it's been a new year since she watched Todd, or he watched Todd. So there we go, getting some new people in here with the time switch. So that is good to see.
Cool.
Let's go. What is the coin market cap looking like today? We are at $269 million. I know we were at 270 yesterday, so pretty flat. But Bitcoin dominance has increased a little bit, still sticking to the historical theory that large cap coins and Bitcoin will lead the original bull rally, and then the altcoins will follow once profits are taken on the larger cap coins. Bitcoin pretty flat for the day, still at 6,595. Like we said, we need to see Bitcoin get to 6850 and close above that mark before we are really saying that the charts are looking fully bullish. We got Ethereum at $468, XRP still below 50, so not much change from yesterday. I'm not going to read through all these. I'm sure you guys stare at this and refresh this website each and every day, as this is one of the most popular websites in cryptocurrencies, and I think is going to stay that way for a while here. It just provides so much information so easily. Now, big winners for the day, we do have Veritasium up 25%, ELF up 16.5%, and Syscoin up 15%. So congratulations to the holder of that. Unless they have some major news on those, I'm not positive. I haven't had a chance. I would not be afraid to maybe scalp a little profits here and be able to buy back in at a slightly lower price, especially with the rest of the market really lagging. You know, in a bear market, news only creates a short-term blip for a lot of these projects, and you might be able to capitalize on those gains. So I guess we'll shoot it over the Todd. We'll see what's going on in the chat box for a second. I know the charts are going to look pretty similar to yesterday. And I know Todd is going to be talking about a possible buy opportunity, not in cryptos, but in the traditional markets. So I know you guys all have a 401k, and maybe you need to capitalize on this opportunity as well.
What's up, John? Yeah, same thing here. This is a chart we've been showing. I still like the rally off the lows thus far. I know there's a lot of people talking about, these little bear flags here lead to another sell-offs. So we're contending with that, I think, right here. But so far, we're still holding the gains. Just need to see a subdivide a little bit higher and get above that 68.50, I think, would help to lock the downside in and continue to get this rally going. So there's not much more to really say here. Overnight, while we had a little bit of strength in a few coins, Litecoin still holding the gains pretty well off the low. Neo firmed up a little bit more, holding the gains off of 38. Or Ripple got above 50 cents, 51 cents. And really, there's not much else. I don't really... ADA still holding its gains. And there's just not a lot of movement here pre-holiday. At MCO, having a good day. I don't really see much else to ZRX below 90 cents. Had a nice rally off the high we already talked about. So we'll go over a few more coins here after looking at the chat here.
We got somebody asking about what's going on with the S&P. I'm sure referring to the S&P 500.
Yep.
A lot of people in here that are saying they're excited. Andre said he just realized he was watching us live. So it is nice to get on here because I know we do have a lot of overseas people in the community, and we never really get to interact with you guys, and you guys never get to interact with the chat box. So that's awesome. Make sure to make it worthwhile. Ask questions, bounce ideas off each other in there, as we do see a lot of the usual suspects that get to participate in every single live show in here as well.
There's the basic attention token I mentioned yesterday. I think that one's still good. I like the way that chart looks. So, again, hopefully some more volume analysis. Here's the software on Bitcoin. You can see volume and prices coming in well. They're still having an issue with my OP that they're trying to fix. So just waiting on that. And then looking forward really to going in earlier during the day with live TNA. So then hopefully we can get in front of some of the foreign subscribers that we miss live. So kind of looking forward to that. And ZRX, I showed there briefly. ZRX I think still looks good. ZRX USD, that's the little longer term. I think the sell-off down here to 60 was the throw over on the downside triangle. So I think you can own that one here. You go ahead and do a little bit of news, and I'm going to come back and talk about lumber liquidators again real quick.
Cool. After I do a little bit of news, he does lumber liquidators. We will be doing the ZEN Cash giveaway live for you guys. Also had a couple things written down here. So Vertcoin did just release their kind of June development update talking about the new AMD one-click miner. If you guys mine Vertcoin in the past, I've talked about it. With the NVIDIA miner, it's super simple. They had a one-click miner, but for some reason they never produced the AMD miner, which they just did. Also, they now have Trezor hardware wallet integration, plus a lot more. So if you're interested in the project, go ahead and read that. But what I wanted to bring up is they are actually doing a video competition where if you have an at-home AMD miner by chance or an AMD gaming rig that you want to pull up the new miner on Vertcoin, record a video and post it on Twitter and tag them, they will be giving away 50 Vertcoin to people who do that. As you guys know, I do have at-home miners, but I only have NVIDIA miners, so I really can't make a video. Otherwise, I'll jump on the opportunity. At a current price, that's them paying you about $50 for a little walkthrough video. You get some education on mining Vertcoin, and who knows, if the markets heat up, Vertcoin goes to $10 a pop. You just got paid $500 worth of Vertcoin for that video. So if you're interested in that, you're an AMD miner and you want to make a little passive income in crypto, make sure to check that out. Go to their Twitter and you can find the info on that. I wanted to pass that on to you guys because I can't participate, and that's a decent opportunity there. What else did I have here? I also had a really high-risk play. Now, I don't recommend these high-risk plays all the time. And obviously, this name is probably going to offend some people only because they probably lost the boat on this project. I was not part of this whole pump and dump scheme going on with PCN and DApps. If you're not familiar, you were supposed to have, for every PCN you had, you were supposed to get a token swap to this new privacy coin called DApps. That got misconstrued, thrown around. They switched to an airdrop, not doing it. They're doing it, etc. So this thing absolutely dumped from around $9 to now you can buy it for 1 Satoshi. 1 Satoshi. That's crazy. Now, why is this a high-risk play? Nick, this is a dead coin, dead project, scam coin. Yes, what happened there was scammy. People lost a lot of money here. If you owned it here, I feel for you if you weren't able to sell out. But at 1 Satoshi, there is rumors in a couple Telegram groups, Discord channels, etc. You know, I like to dig through these, that PCN is going to have a rebranding to PXN with an all-new development team and will have staking for that project as well. Now, like I said, buying something at 1 Satoshi is highly risky. If you're putting money in this, you're probably gonna lose it all. It's probably gonna go to zero. But if this rumor is true, I think you have a chance at some high multiples on a rebranding attempt and have the possibility of that being a staking coin to earn even more PXN. Do your own research. Try to find out those rumors yourself and see if you have maybe $50, $100 that you're willing to throw into a lost project, but possibly an opportunity. So on to the news. Neo is having some bullish news. A lot of the new mainnets and sidechain solutions are finally coming to life. We've talked about Trinity months ago. It is now launched. It's a Neo-based state channel scaling solution. So that's really good for Neo and for Trinity. That means microtransactions via the Neo blockchain are now accessible for very small transaction fees. It's supposed to be free. We also have Effect AIX launched the Effect Force beta on the Neo mainnet. We have Thordo token launched its beta payments app, and Bridge Protocol launched its MVP protocol on the test net. It's been a really good week for Neo ecosystem projects, according to Neo News here. That is a lot of mainnets and testnets all being launched successfully on the Neo blockchain this week. And I think most importantly is definitely the Trinity protocol, which, like I said, is a scalable sidechain solution for Neo, which really is going to be able to set it apart versus some of these other protocol tokens. You know I am long on Neo at these price points. We saw some great price action out of Neo the past 2 days. I still think this is a good opportunity to own a blue chip cryptocurrency at a low undervalued price, and you do earn gas as a dividend there. So maybe do some research on Neo if you're not currently a holder, and I recommend owning it on BNB, Binance Exchange. That way you earn your gas on a monthly basis. And then lastly, before we hop back over to Todd and his trading software, we talked about the Coinbase custody yesterday. Brian Armstrong tweeted this out shortly after the live show saying, quote, deposits are now rolling in for Coinbase custody. We are live. Crypto is quickly becoming an institutional asset class. If you run a fund, sign up for more information on storing your crypto. Now, he doesn't tell you how many people have bought it or not, but I know he isn't lying. So deposits are rolling in, even if it's a handful of people. The minimum deposit for Coinbase custody is $10.1 million, of which they hold the underlying cryptocurrencies and will be buying them on the market. Now, why is that a big deal? Because $10 million per investor, per client is a pretty large sum. Also, they have to pay an additional $100,000 to Coinbase as a fee. And we'll see how this continues to go. And then you also have Coinbase's index where you have to have a minimum of 250,000. So each client that Coinbase can convince to move over from traditional finance to moving some of their portfolio to cryptocurrencies is going to be a big chunk of change going directly towards that market capitalization that we all want to see go up and up. I just thought it was interesting that he tweeted that, and I think that's another good sign that Coinbase is kind of leading the charge to get new investment money in this crypto space. And I still am very bullish on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin here in the near term and long term future. What do we got going on? Nick, with ONT airdrop on 7.9, is it airdrop to NEO holders or ONT holders? It is actually the remaining ONT drop that you're owed as a NEO holder if you held NEO when the original snapshot happened. You're simply going to have to sign up with the OMT mainnet and then receive your extra, 0.1 OMT per NEO that you held. All right. You ready to take a look at Lumber Liquidators?
Yeah, I'm just going to go over Lumber Liquidators here again. We've done this a few times, but today is kind of interesting. This is a longer term chart, so we did catch this buy for our pro traders, which everyone knows was a backup to a creek. And then we ran the upside objectives off the point and figure chart, which I just showed here in the black. So we had objectives to the upside anywhere from 35 and change to 41. So I did take profits up here on this big red volume bar day, the biggest red volume since back when I bought. And then it started another downtrend. This up here was easy short-term distribution. I didn't trade that, but this was a sign of weakness, last point of supply. So you could have been short as well up there. But what I really want to show then is short-term here. We had the downtrend, and you can see this here is preliminary support. You had volume come in here, but it checked the decline and rallied up for like 10 days. Then you had the selling climax. Then you had the automatic rally secondary test. So that really is a sequence that stops the downside. And then on buying tests, you really want to see a downtrend taken out before you buy. So we did have a shakeout here then on big volume. Came down to new lows. That probably was news. And then we rallied off of there on a little bit of volume. We came back down and tested. I'm showing the low volume on the test. And so I was watching it there. And then when I actually took out the downtrend line, we issued a buy at 22.35. And I really said to do a third of a position because let's see if we get some strength and then buy a pullback. So volume did come into the upside for a sign of strength. Back to previous resistance, which is a place where it easily could slow up for a second. And then now this has today's action. It was up today in a down market. But we came back down for what I think is the last point of support. You can see volume has came down. And then the other key here is the force index is holding the lows here in the last week or so. And more importantly, the technometer is down to 34.94 at today's close. So 36 is a buy. So, this looks really good. If we can get these type of indications on coins and take those type of trades with stop levels, etc., that's really where the longer term success can be. Because this is classic. The last point of support is also the levels where preliminary support came in. You'll see that in the lesson that a lot of times what's happened. Volume and everything here kind of makes this all work out well. If you look at Elliott Wave, you can easily call this an ABC flat correction. And you've had the technometer go from really overbought to near oversold to overbought to near oversold. So this would just be a great place for lumber liquidators to turn up and then jump this creek for real. Do a quick move maybe to 29 or 30. The only thing probably against this is just really whether the market in general is ready to go. So this is the Wyckoff wave, which is what we follow. There's steps to the Wyckoff method. So even on the cryptos, you're going to be able to look at the Wyckoff wave crypto index. This is the Wyckoff wave stock index. So you can see we did say on our free weekend reviews that we thought we'd rally some here because we did have an oversold reading down here. We have not rallied much in the last 4 days. So, and the technometer is neutral. So I'm not sure whether the wave's going to come down and check a new low and maybe bring lumber down another day or two. But I just think lumber liquidators looks pretty good. We are in an uptrend with the wave, so I think you can make some money there. So again, those are just trades where you try to put the odds in your favor, get the risk reward, and use a stop based on what the reward is. I've not ran the point and figure from today's low. We need to look at that. But that would give us some type of upside objective, but I'm sure it's going to be, $12 to $15. And here's the SPY that Peter asked about. So down here was a 38 technometer, so close to oversold. You can see that the OP has been in a sharp downtrend. From here to here, it's hitting new lows, but price is trying to hold. So all in all, I think we're trying to rally here in the S&P. And again, that would probably help lumber liquidators go higher. So I'm still long. Let's look at. It's just easy to go in more depth on these things when I've got our proprietary indicators to throw up. And if we get those on the cryptos, then we'll be able to dive into technical analysis much, much better. And there is Wingstop. You can see Wingstop's coming down to almost oversold again. I'm still along that with the stop down here at 47.25, I think it is, this low. Trying to give it some room to continue higher. It did have some weakness come in here, especially back here 10 days ago, and recovered off of there. So I think Wingstop still looks good.
And if you guys want to know more like what Todd is talking about there with his chart markings, and then to be able to learn about the charting software before it comes out on the crypto side, make sure to go to our website, learncrypto.io. It's all in the description below. Here we do have a daily updated blog, which with news articles that we think are important for you guys. That is completely free. Obviously, you can come down here and see more information about us, links to our YouTube channel, etc. But up here, we do have our store with our cryptocurrency trading course, currently over 950 students. We would love to have you on board there. And if you are a student, you are locked into that price forever. All new lessons or videos you get for free in the future, and you will receive a monthly 50% discount on the charting software when that comes out. That is in beta right now. Todd can pull it up, but we want to make sure all the proprietary indicators are pulling the data accurately from all of these crypto exchanges. As you know, there's a little less transparency in the crypto space, so we have to make sure those numbers are correct. That way you guys are getting the proper confirmations on your trades moving forward, as well as our crypto private client group members. Obviously, we're going to be using the charting software almost exclusively for trades and managing portfolios for our private client group members. Essentially, this is where we just help manage your portfolios with trading APIs. You still have full access to your accounts, but we are here on a daily basis to make trades for you, help diversify your portfolio, and give you guys the inside information that we have that we're not always able to give on YouTube because of time constraints going live, etc. So that is what you guys get for being over there. So make sure to check out our website, see everything we have to offer in the description below.
And let me have the screen back. And we haven't done it. We need to probably, I'm going to do a 25% off the course for July 4th. So for the next couple of days. So let's just say it's going to be July 4, July, and then the number 4.
Whoa.
For 25% off.
25% off the cryptocurrency trading course. This is the largest discount in a long time. And I know that, did you already add the 3 new lessons for the charting software?
Yeah, because if you look, the course is at $349 on sale for $299. But I'm going to take a 25% more off. And then probably we're going to come back to $349 with the 3 new things about the OP force and technometer, because that's 3 more lessons.
Pork blaster for that one.
Because understand, guys, I mean, I keep saying this because this is the stock software that Vladimir and his team built. It works fine, but it's bringing volume from one exchange. So when you go to the crypto software, price and volume is coming in from 89 exchanges. The issue I know they're having is the OP, because if an exchange doesn't give a 5-minute reading on volume, then it starts throwing off some of my indicators. So I know their team is just trying to kind of have a workaround when we get thrown a curveball. So I just think when they get those things fixed, then we're going to have some real things to talk about, and much more exciting trades and putting the odds in our favor. So
there you go. On top of that, if you purchase the course, obviously we announce your name when you purchase it, and we give you a certificate, a mailed certificate. It's probably nicer than your bachelor's degree you got hanging up, or whatever degree you may or may not have, free of charge as well, all included for you guys. And yeah, so everybody who has already taken the course, we have Andre in here saying the course is worth it, learned a lot from it. It isn't easy. It does get pretty hard.
Thanks, Andre.
And there's quizzes after every single lesson to make sure you're kind of retaining that information, and then a final examination as well. So that way we know you're ready to go out there in the real world in this crazy crypto ecosystem and make some trades.
And the first 4 lessons are extremely easy and nothing. So don't take the first 4 or 5 lessons and be concerned that it's too easy, because it starts getting rough right after that.
And on top of that, guys, if you are already a current or former student, like you're already passed, make sure to go back and take those new 3 lessons that we just added over there, because those are pertaining to the 3 proprietary indicators that Todd does own with Wyckoff SMI. He owns Wyckoff, guys. He owns Wyckoff SMI. And make sure to take those lessons, because you do have access to those. Be ready for when the charting software comes out. And if the charting software is something you're interested in, because Todd is going to be using it on his technical analysis updates, he's also going to be using it for trades here on the live show, then I would recommend becoming a student, because you will get a 50% discount on the charting software as well. So something to think about. You're getting 25% off discount right now. What is it, July 4th? Is that what it is, July 4?
Yep, July 4.
I'll put that in the description as well. So cool. That took me by off guard. Happy holidays to you guys.
And I think we got to be ready for this next bull market.
There you go.
I mentioned yesterday, if Elliott Wave on some of these guys are right on 1-2s on these coins, the upside is even bigger than I would have thought. So I'm not saying that'll happen, but it could be interesting. And the trade group, we don't really have a trade group. We have the private client group where we manage for 3% of the portfolio value. A fourth of that billed quarterly. So if you have $100,000, it would be $750 a quarter. Yeah, so and we're still really billing after the fact.
That's 0.75% per every 3 months. And here in the crypto space, you guys know that is very cheap, even compared to traditional investments, etc. For us to be active, obviously Todd answers his phone 24/7 almost. I'm on Twitter all the time. We're here to make some trades for you, help with some diversification, and give you guys some inside tips and tricks on what we're thinking at any given time. Kind of make you calm down if your emotions get too high and talk you out of some poor trades over there as well.
Shout out to Nate. Appreciate that.
So Ethereum Classic apparently has the opportunity to get support from Metamask, which opens the doors for Ethereum Classic for even more development and utilization. Since Ethereum Classic and Ethereum almost have the exact same blockchain, anything that Ethereum is currently integrated with is very easy to start integrating Ethereum Classic. This is just another reason why I'm so bullish on Ethereum Classic, guys. It is the original Ethereum. It's not a fork. It is Ethereum. If people want to say Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin, blah, 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 Ethereum Classic is the real Ethereum. It's the true Ethereum blockchain that was split from by Vitalik Buterin and kept the Ethereum name due to the fact of that DAO hack that went on with that ICO where all those funds got locked up. Now, Ethereum Classic gets supported by Ethereum Browser and Ether Wallet Metamask, according to an announcement made by Anthony, director of the Ethereum Classic Cooperative, on his official Twitter handle. This support is not finished, but the work is still in progress and process. It is believed that this will create endless possibilities for Ethereum Classic. If you do not know, MetaMask is a browser plugin which makes transactions of Ethereum through regular websites. It's essentially a plugin for any website via Google Chrome and all these other internet browsers. It simply enables adoption of Ethereum because it nullifies the gap between the user interfaces for Ethereum and the regular web. Without the help of this bridge, Ethereum cannot be the mainstream that it is right now. The regular web services will retard the customers for switching. So, we'll see what happens. That could be pretty big. It's not finalized. As you guys know from the Saturn wallet, that was an Ethereum wallet that now recently added Ethereum Classic because the addition is just so simple. We know Ethereum Classic is coming to Coinbase. We know Ethereum Classic is going to be in the Coinbase custody and index. And Ethereum Classic is already available on OTC markets via Grayscale. Not to mention, out of all the Grayscale investments, right now Ethereum Classic is ranked number 2, only behind Bitcoin, with about $70 million allocated to it. I think this allows a lot of institutional money to get into ETC. They have partnerships with IOHK and Charles Hoskinson, and they are truly immutable, guys. They are truly a decentralized cryptocurrency, definitely not going to be a security, and I think definitely is an undervalued protocol in this cryptocurrency space. And that's just my opinion. So make sure to do your own research. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is our disclaimer for the show. So if anybody has any funny ideas, there is a disclaimer. And then lastly, the last news article I wanted to talk about is there was some Binance distributions for EOS holders. Now, we talked about how I sold all my EOS. There's too many things going on, too much negative press, too many ups and downs. But the one thing that could save EOS with all of the hiccups it is having currently is the fact that it has tons of airdrops planned for it. And here's another 2 airdrops that Binance just added to your account if you are an EOS holder as of June 2nd. You have gotten a 2-to-1 airdrop for ADD and Metone. I don't know much about these, but I did go on mine, and since I was an EOS holder for June 2nd, I got those free coins in there, as well as I think there was already 1 airdrop from the beginning of June as well. So we'll see. I mean, we'll just keep an eye on EOS. I still think there's too many hiccups to really buy into it right now. I don't own any, but the fact that I just received 2 more airdrops kind of has me thinking, man, with all these airdrops, even if EOS is pretty flat, I'm essentially still getting all that passive income. If any of these airdrop projects blow up, then man, that was a really solid investment and solid hodl on EOS. Let me know if you guys have a different opinion, but I think it is pretty interesting that we just continue to see these airdrops pumping out from the EOS protocol. You got anything else that you have on the mind, or any questions that may have scrolled through when I was talking over there, Todd?
No, I'm not seeing much. ETC to the moon.
I guess while we're live, I almost forgot. Let's pick a winner from yesterday's live stream to give away 1 Zen Cash right now. Now, if you just are tuning in, make sure to leave a comment in the comments section below with your Zen wallet address to be entered for that giveaway. But this one is actually from yesterday's live show. Let's go ahead and copy this URL.
Give it away.
Paste it in here. Filter for duplicate users because we all know you guys are cheaters.
And if you won before, you can win again.
That's right. You can win every single episode if you're that lucky. We have 38 unique comments, which is kind of crazy. We're giving away 1 Zen, which is currently worth $20. We had over 700 views already from last night's live show, and only 38 people are willing to take the 5 seconds for $20. So that means high probability for you guys. Here we go. Let's do it. And the winner is, drum roll, still deciding. A boy's friend is his mother. I know you are in here. You are just in here right now.
Right.
There you go. You have won your Zen Cash. I'm going to take a picture of that as soon as the live show is over. I'll be sending that to you. And don't worry, I will be paying the transaction fee as well. So you will receive a full Zen in your wallet. Congratulations. Do with it what you will. Hold it, add it to the bag, or sell it for Bitcoin. Do what you want.
Hodl it.
But I would hodl. That's awesome. So if you guys thought that was exciting and you want your chance to win, it's that easy. Leave a comment in the comment section below this video when it's posted with your Zen wallet address. And stay tuned, guys, because like we said, we will be giving Zen away 10 live shows per month. That is over 50% of the live shows you will have an opportunity at a Zen Cash giveaway.
Do we want to discuss the email we got this morning? Because we tweeted that out earlier, right?
Yeah, I'll pull that up, actually. Oh, that's the... Whoa! Quick pork blast for you. So, if you were here before, Typerium, we do have a review and an interview with their founder about this project. It wasn't available for U.S. investors, so a lot of our community was kind of up a creek without a paddle, couldn't get on the website, etc. Typerium did just release that they have met with their lawyer and their SEC lawyer. They are now regulatory compliant to offer this ICO to all USA citizens, which is pretty huge for this community. I know I've already put my money where my mouth is and invested some Ethereum in Typerium. And right now, they're doing an 8-day flash sale where they're selling 60 million Typerium. They've already sold 32.3 million of them when they started this. I guess this was after the tweet this morning. And now the original round, like I said, was 1 penny per Typerium. Right now it's supposed to be 4 cents per Typerium, but since they are just now allowing U.S. investors, they are actually doing a limited time 300% bonus. Yes, 300%. That means that you have the opportunity to get this in the 4th round for the price of the 1st round at 1 cent. This is only going on for 8 days, and then they are moving on to the 5th round, where the token will be 5 cents with a 50% bonus, and then the final ICO will be 5 cents with no bonus. So I would recommend doing some research. I think it is very interesting and is really trying to solve a real-world problem with what's going on with content creators, how larger companies can take it from you if you don't have it licensed properly. You don't see any income off of that. That also applies to us with our videos, YouTube, etc. So definitely worth taking a look at. Watch the interview with the founder, because he gives his personal reasons on why he's even creating this crypto, because he had some issues when he was starting his traditional company, which runs in UK. It's a multi-million-dollar company. Before he started that, he had issues with large companies, which he didn't name on camera for various reasons, that actually stole some of his content that he was never paid for. So
these guys are legit. I mean, I've known the founder for probably 15 months. Is it a good investment? Who knows? Do your own research. But yeah, they're legit. I think they're solving some real world issues. And if this crypto market heats up, I would say probably it's a good investment.
The fact of the matter is, we're not one to talk about ICOs on this channel. They're highly risky investment products. But I thought it was interesting that they were able to get SEC regulatory compliance to allow their website to be accessible by U.S. citizens and allow investment in KYC for U.S. citizens, which I think is really a good step in the right direction for ICOs, which everybody was saying, oh, these are for sure securities. Now it appears that they've kind of made their case that they are actually a utility token, and I think it has some really good value proposition, as you do need the type token in order to interact with any of the pillars or platforms that they will be developing. And like Todd said, I've talked to this group, these developers, these founders. They are nice individuals doing it for the right reason, and they already own a multi-million-dollar traditional company that runs out of the UK. So I don't think they would put that at risk for any kind of exit scam, etc.
No.
And if you can get it for 1 penny and the final ICO is 5 cents, say the thing does go to market at 5 cents, you're already looking at some pretty good odds to get a winner there. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. Do your own research.
What's going on in the chat box? We got Handy Ram saying ETC to the moon. ETC is going to buy me a Lambo. I like ETC. I'm currently mining it as well. Schwarzer Baca says ETC makes up 5.25% of Grayscale's single asset portfolio. And then Lloyd says, well, it makes up 15% of my portfolio. There you go. I like those percentages. Not too many questions today. Do you guys have any charts you want Todd to look at? Any fundamental questions for us? And then if not, we'll probably call it a day and hopefully get your guys' course sales finalized. If you guys go over there, take advantage of the 25% off using this code I'm putting in the description right now.
QKC, someone asked about. You want to tell how to get the ZEN Cash lottery?
Yeah, so essentially all you have to do is once this video is done going live, it gets posted up to our YouTube channel. If you leave a comment in the comment section, you can say you hate us, you love us, whatever. As long as you have a ZEN wallet address, you are eligible to win. On the following live show, we do what we just did, where we do a random comment picker. We pick a winner. If your name pops up, you're a winner. I'll send you 1 full ZEN Cash just for being an active community member of Learn Crypto. It's that easy. The winner we just picked was from yesterday's live show. I usually give you about 24 hours or more to get your comments in the live show. That way, no matter where you are in the world, you have an opportunity to participate as well.
I've got QKC up, but I'm going to need some more trading there because can't say much about that. Been in a pretty steep downtrend. That's Binance, the only chart I've got here. There might be... Let's do this one here. I mean, basically same type of thing. That's a 1 hour. So can't say much about that at the moment. I need some more trading history.
Somebody wants you to look at XMR and Key.
And there's Key. I can't say much about that one either. That's a new one. Nice activity, but no idea there either. Those are 2 new for us.
I mean, I would say based off that chart, I would probably look for Key to continue a little bit of a pullback there.
And then XMR. I haven't looked at that in a while. I mean, I I had higher level support in up here. I mean, all in all, the chart doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's had a 5-wave rally and a nice ABC pullback. So, you know, as all these other coins, I think Monero will still be standing strong at the end of this. So, I would be a buyer of Monero. And I would probably say this is just a spring down here.
QJ said he wants kind of a quick rundown on how you kind of calculate objectives.
I mean, upside and downside objectives like we had on Lumber Liquidators is done off the point and figure chart. Normally, like for a stock, a 1-point figure chart on an hourly basis to catch all 1-point moves. So, you know, I've used the point and figure on, it's not as hard to bring it up on Litecoin. And the problem with the point and figure charts, if I can get those figured out for the software, when some of these coins are trading at 6, 7, 8 decimal points, it starts to make it a little bit harder. But objectives are based on, by Wyckoff is based on point and figure charts. So if it's built a base like we had on Lumber Liquidators, I mean, it's based on the length of the base, but you got to label it correctly. So it'd be labeled off of from where preliminary support or selling climax came in, or where a last point of support was reached. So to kind of look at it, let's go to the 3-year. Because support goes from back here to the left, that's the selling climax. So, and this would have been a last point of support. So basically anything from here over could be, all this could be accumulation, but there's ways to count that out. That is mentioned in the course for doing upside and downside figure counts. And then also you could take it from here over. So that's how I did on Lumber Liquidators before, to get the 35 to 41 objective. The 41 objective caught it exact. So Wyckoff gives a specific way to do that. And, you know, if you're looking at Elliott Wave would just be throwing in like, you know, like wave 3 sometimes is 1.618 of wave 1, etc. So that'd be a way to try to throw a little bit of Elliott Wave on top of it as well. Which again, I use Elliott Wave more as a confirming indicator for Wyckoff, and I did talk to George Stein last night, telling him that, you know, I kind of wish he'd try to hurry up on the Elliott Wave course. He has done a few chapters. I do have him into the software, but I'm telling him, you know, we need that. A lot of people aren't buying as many courses and things now because of everyone's tired and depressed, etc. But that's going to heat up again. So I want these courses available for anybody that's trying to learn.
Yeah, it gives you a good opportunity to gain knowledge and help yourself for the future. It's one thing to watch us every day, and you can say, hey, when Nick likes a coin, I'm going to buy it, or when Todd likes a coin, I'm going to buy it. But to be able to do this stuff on your own, say like for holidays or when we go on a vacation, etc., we're not here 24/7 with you guys. We're here to help as much as possible, help diversify your portfolio. We're here for our crypto private client group members. But if you don't have the funds to be part of that, or you don't want to be part of that, you still have an opportunity to learn from the original writings of Wyckoff and hopefully Elliott Wave. You can use that as a confirming indicator for your trades as well. Somebody brought up ECA, asking about when their fork is and what about masternodes. I'm not positive on the exact date of the fork. I know it should be up to date on that. I do stake ECA, but I know that it was said to be in Q3, that the announcement for masternodes is supposed to be in Q3 as well. So that is any month now. You know, really that has to be between now and in the next 2 months. So we'll see what happens with that. It'll be interesting to see what they decide on for the masternodes for ECA. If they choose something more feasible, like maybe 2 to 5 million ECA, 2 million ECA at current and price objectives, I think that would be very beneficial for the ECA since there is such a strong community and more people will accumulate to achieve that masternode. Now, if they choose something a little more outlandish, around 10 million ECA, where it's going to cost $10,000 for a masternode, I think that eliminates a lot of retail investors and might create a little bit of a hiccup for ECA moving forward. Now, we do know with the fork, they have a lot of good announcements with atomic swaps, new exchanges. They're going to be on point-of-sale systems, ATMs, etc., a reduced transaction time, our block timer, and also looking to add privacy features here in the near-term future as well. So I have a lot of things on the horizon, but I think the dollar amount or the ECA amount they choose for masternodes is going to be critical. So if anybody from the ECA community or developers are watching, I would really say run the numbers on that, run your objectives. You have to realize that if the market does heat up, ECA will rise. Start to figure out what that cost basis is going to be and make it attainable for those retail investors that have been supporting you all along.
For Andre, I think Coinbase custody probably brings in a slow drip now because of the large size of it. But, I think it just keeps bringing investors in. And we got to shake off this negative sentiment here, which the thing that'll shake that off is just Bitcoin moving higher. So, because the sentiment is just horrible. Well-deserved. I think that's still going to change. And I think ETFs, for futures trading with no issues, there's no real talk of any real front running. I mean, they had they looked into some things from the exchanges, but that was just to make sure that nothing funky was going on. So ETFs are coming. It's just a matter of whether it's a month or two or 4 or 5.
And on top of that, like you just said, and we talked about it in the past too, is really, I think institutional money, smart institutional money in my mind, is going to continue to drip in. Obviously, Brian Armstrong is saying the deposits are coming. The index is having activity. Grayscale continues to get a few $1 million here and there for their OTC market investments as well as the ZEN OTC product is available in Q3, so that's any month as well. I think there's going to be an influx of I would estimate at least another $15 to $20 million for the ZEN product. And I think once Bitcoin breaks $10,000, that is when all these institutional investors are really going to FOMO in. It's going to be back the topic of their discussions, their meetings, hedge funds, etc. Like I said in the past, when Bitcoin was $12,000, $15,000, $20,000, I was having coworkers, the owner of my company, coming up to me asking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because he was going to client meetings, and halfway through the meeting, the clients were asking about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, is it going to be a viable investment opportunity, etc. And you know what it is in retail and in the investment space, the client is kind of always right. So if this thing heats back up, the clients bring up those concerns again, wondering about Bitcoin. Now these investment advisories have already had a precursor to Bitcoin since they've already learned a little bit about it on the past bull run. I think they'll be ready. The infrastructure will be ready for more investment from those clients, those institutions. Now we have a custodian from Coinbase, etc. So I think, yes, it's going to continue to drip in. And once the bull market turns around, that's when the money's really going to start to flow in.
And people realize with futures and ETFs and things like this that it's not going away and it's not a scam, etc. So
there we go. What else we got in here? Kanan is in here. He is the VertCoin community director, kind of marketing guy. So glad you made it. He has been watching us for a long time before I think you were even part of VertCoin over there. So that's pretty exciting that you're in here. So if you guys have any VertCoin questions, throw them in the chat box. He can answer them straight from the horse's mouth from you. And we already kind of talked about your development updates for June over here, Kanan. So welcome here.
My poison ivy's doing better. Actually, Carrie's was way worse than mine. But I think I might be going home here in the next hour or two. So just a quick 24 hours home and then right back. Hopefully I don't get any poison ivy when I'm home.
Jeff Ozark says 100 million doesn't move the market like it did a year ago. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. Our total market cap's only $250 million. If I put $100 million into the market and market orders right now, I guarantee that's 33% increase to the total market cap. I guarantee I can move the market. Unless you have a different perspective that you're trying to think of it.
I think money coming out will move it quicker if it comes because there's such low volume, and we're getting now lower volatility. So it's just we got to turn sentiment around, and then I think it starts chasing again. So this starting out slow is still can just be what keeps everybody on the sidelines.
So that's really about all we got. I think somebody wanted to look at a few charts up here. Wax, if you want to look at that one real quick. If you can find that over there. And let's see if there's any other questions before we head out of here. Also, guys, I know a lot of people aren't going to see this because probably a bunch of you have already tuned out, but we have some exciting news. I've officially got correspondence from Charles Hoskinson from Cardano and IOHK to do an interview with him. I've officially received correspondence from his secretary to look at his calendar and put an interview date on the calendar. So I will be finally be doing a big-time interview with Charles Hoskinson. This one is going to be a little more interesting because we're not just going to talk about Cardano. You guys have seen that a million times, what ADA is, what their future is, etc. But we're really going to get his overview about cryptocurrencies, the partnerships with ZEN, Storm, ETC, and all the other ones IOHK has, how he helps those projects and how he thinks that can benefit not only those projects but ADA in the long term, since he does have all these partnerships and he's an advisor on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So I'm excited for that. The only downside is he does not do interviews on the weekends or post 5 o'clock. So that means in order for me to get that content for you guys, I will have to take a half day or take off completely for my day job.
Cool.
So I have to use one of my PTO days for you guys, but I'm excited because there's a lot of information I want to get from Charles, and I know a lot of people in this community have been wanting to see that for a while. I finally made it happen, and I'm excited to get that out to you guys shortly.
And I'll agree with Cannon's last comment there. We got too many noobs just talking too much crap.
Take a look at Wax. Let us know what you think, and we'll probably start wrapping it up.
Yeah, Wax, can't say too much there. I know there's some good articles about that saying that's going to be the go-to place to buy, what do you want to call it, online.
Skins, games, etc. I forget what his name was, but there was a big name guy who invested heavily in Wax, and he just tweeted recently.
All right. Yeah.
He was pretty bullish. I can't remember his name. It's not Novogratz. I'm drawing a blank. But he's still very bullish on Wax. Now, you guys know I'm a gamer. I think it is a very interesting concept. Will they get... If their platform is built right, they will get gamers to do that. Gamers likes collecting the skins, selling it for... Hopefully it has integration not only with Wax, but Bitcoin and Fiat as well. But I think they're going to find competition. There's other platforms in which you can do this without a cryptocurrency. Now, that comes down to the fact is blockchain necessary to create better security and transparency for these black market trades? Probably. So if they can prove that to myself, other gamers, and then a growing ecosystem, I think they have a real product here. If they can't, I think the traditional methods of doing this, the traditional auctions for these skins, etc., will continue to hold a large market share for this. So we're going to have to see. I want to kind of use it. I don't have as much time to game anymore, but I do have friends that still game heavily on a very competitive level. I'm going to kind of point them in the direction of it, get their feedback directly from a gamer, unbiased gamer, because they don't even own cryptocurrencies currently, and continue to keep you guys updated on that and other progress with the commingling of esports and cryptocurrencies.
That's all I got.
Is that about it?
I'm going to break away and try to head home, I think. So
there we go.
Everyone have a safe and happy holiday. And I presume we'll be back here. I'll try to do, if there's any action, tomorrow, I'm sure we'll do some type of recorded update. If not, we'll be back here Thursday night live.
Yeah, shout out to Mike's Junk, top-notch info on this channel. That's what we like to provide. And a lot of information is generated from your guys' questions. You make us work over here on the spot, and that's what I like to see. You get our upfront opinion on things. So happy 4th of July if you're from the United States. Happy holidays if you're not. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below with your Zen wallet address because I want to give you some free Zen. And if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, I don't know what to tell you because you're wasting that time. You need to be first to know about all new videos here to get that information first, react, get those market orders in, and I guess just ride this next bull run to the moon. We got the rocket ship in the back. It's turning around right now. I don't know why it's like that.
When I went live, I had it behind me. I was trying to put your face in it.
That would have been hilarious.
When you were gone.
That would have been hilarious.
I couldn't get my printer to print your face. It kept giving me an error. You were too ugly.
That would have been hilarious. You ruined it. And Brady or Bradley, I can't even read it so small. Where do you mine from? As far as pools are concerned, I use Nano Pool a lot. Also Supernova Pool. I would check those out. Very user-friendly, very easy. And they have multiple coins to select from there. If you want information on mining, check out Bitsby Trippin' on YouTube or his website. He has a lot of good articles over there for you to get started.
Bitsby Trippin'.
So that's about all we got. Until next time, guys, stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto. And we'll see you guys on the moon.
Peace out.
Well, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you gotta be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.